Hello everybody and welcome to the video. Today is episode 6 of the Zero to Hero series, where we take this little tiny baby account right here and we take it to the tippy top. I'm talking about arena, RTA, guild content, whatever it is, wherever it is, we're going to conquer it. But of course, for us to do that, we have to start from zero. Hence the name Zero to Hero. Now, if you haven't watched the last episode, I recommend you go and do that. It really helps, especially when it comes to context for what this video is doing and what it's about. But if you're like, no, I'm not going to watch it, the TLDR is that, or TLDW, because whatever, I'm too lazy, didn't watch. That's what TLDR means, right? Or TLDW. But essentially, in the last video, we entered the Rift Beasts. And I will go into this in a separate video, like into detail, because I really want to talk into depth about this for new players. But this, again, the TLDR of that is that whenever you like beat Giant's Abyss and you start farming it a lot, while you are starting to get really good runes can take you only so far, right? You want to have as many resources available to where you could really bring out like the maximum potential of a unit. And runes is just like kind of one step, right, to bringing out the maximum potential of a unit. You're going to need things like great really good artifacts. You're going to need things like reaps. You're going to need things like grindstones and gemstones, or enchantment gems, whatever you want to call it. And if you can get into this stuff as early as possible, it'll be super easy for you to beat other areas of the game. So in the beginning, arena may be a little bit difficult to you, but if you start getting yourself on some, your hands on some gems or grinds, arena is going to be a whole lot easier for you, because the stats of your monsters will be that much better thanks to these extra resources like grinds or gems. I mean, we could even look at an example right here, which is Cocky, right? I built Cocky on like speed, attack, right? He's fast and he hits okay, but this is kind of as good as it's going to get for him, right? Like, this is a pretty decent rune for him, right? Slot 2 speed, HP plus 13%, attack plus 20%, defense plus 8%, and then accuracy plus 6, right? Doesn't hurt to have a little bit of accuracy, but this is as good as it can get. But what if I could told you you can get that HP to probably 20%, or that 8 or that attack to like 25, 26, 27, the defense to 12 or 13. I mean, his stats like here look like infant stats compared to what it could be, right? You're talking about 2,200, 2,300 total bonus or bonus attack, 10k bonus HP, 600 bonus defense, much faster, over 100 speed. He could be much tankier, he could hit much harder, he could be much faster if he had gems and grinds. You're going to be able to get all of those things in the Rift Beasts. And the Rift Beasts, thankfully, are super easy to beat, right? So we can talk about gems and grinds in a different video, and I will be making that video pretty soon. But for now, just know that those are really important things, and that will bring you the most amount of progress as a new player, right? I mean, you could go into the next dungeon, and you will make a lot of progress thanks to the runes that you're going to get there, like Necropolis. Necropolis gives you rage runes, really good, right? But it won't bring you nearly as much progress as the Rift Beasts would, because, again, all the rewards that you get with the Rift Beasts are just insane. So, of course, I wanted to enter the Rift Beasts. And before I made episode 5, I told you guys that I've been doing all my dailies and all that stuff. And one of the daily missions is to fight the fire, fight the ice, fight the darkness. Those missions right there are essentially missions that get you to fight the Rift Beasts. Of course, as a beginner, you're going to probably lose a lot, but it's fine. Just go and do 10 runs, do your dailies, get them done so you can get these sweet Transcendence pieces. But while I was doing those, it showed me which beasts were easy to beat. Of course, the light and the dark beasts were super easy to beat from the beginning. These are going to be the easiest of the beasts, right? This one you just have to deal heavy single target damage. Or single hit damage, my bad. So one hit attacks that hit hard are what's going to work here. So like a unit like Crow, he's going to work really well here. And then here you have to deal a lot of multi-hits. Not hard at all. But it's the Wind, Ice, and Fire Beasts that proved to be an issue for a lot of new players. And, of course, that was the problem we had. So we got to this point, and I told you guys what I wanted to do was I wanted to kind of go counterclockwise. I wanted to go clockwise when defeating these beasts. So I wanted to start off with the Rift or with the Fire Beasts, beat him, and then go to the Ice Beasts and then the Wind Beasts. So that was the mission from the last video. And that's what that's that little journey I've been embarking on for the last 3-4 days, depending on when I'm recording this. So of course you're probably asking, how did you beat the Fire Beast? Did you beat the Fire Beast? The answer is yes, I beat the Fire Beast. Obviously I wouldn't be making this video if I hadn't. But I beat the Fire Beast, but the question is how? So one of the ways I presented in the last video of how I was going to beat the Fire Beast was building Tyrant. Tyrant is not a bad unit at all. You could build him on damage, you could build him tanky. He works in all ways. But he has 2 AoEs here. So I figured, okay, 2 AoEs here. Lapis has 2 AoEs. I just build him, throw him, Lapis, both twins in the back, Iragar in the front, and then like Megan in the front, which you will see I have Megan right here. And I do have her built. And it's just like everything's good, everything's sweet. Well, of course, everything wasn't sweet. Everything wasn't good, right? I built them. I went in, and for most of the runs, we did get triple S. But I don't want most of the runs to get triple S. I want all of the runs to get triple S. Again, for those sweet, sweet enchantment gems. And the grinds, which I'll explain the grindstones later. But like I said, for the most part, we were beating the Fire Beast. But like I said, I want to do it all the time. So of course I was back at the drawing board. I was like, okay, this isn't working. Why isn't it working? I figured that it was a damage issue. We weren't beating it fast enough, right? So I was like, okay, back to the drawing board. I need to find an AoE unit, or a unit that deals AoE damage a lot, or when I need it to, while also being able to retain my heavy hitters. So I was thinking, and then I came up with an answer. That answer being the homunculus, the attack homunculus. Now, to obtain this guy right here, we call them heroes, by the way, which I realize that you're supposed to have an E when you're saying heroes, but that would imply multiple, right? Whatever, heroes. To unlock this guy, you need rift crystals, which you get rift crystals by beating the rift beasts. Now, listen closely. If you're a new player, you could obtain a lot of rift crystals without really doing too much. If you go to Summoner's Way right here, which is the book, and you go to challenges, you'll see that there's a rift dungeon challenge. If you go to the very beginning and you complete all of these things, they will give you 200 rift crystals. So clear the Fire Beast with rank C+ in the Rift of Worlds. That's not hard at all. I mean, you will be able to do that. And you do that with each and every beast. And you will get tons of crystals. With those crystals, you can summon the homunculus initially. After that, you do need to unlock every single skill. To unlock every single skill, you need even more rift crystals. The good thing is, you only need rift crystals of the same attribute. So, for the water homunculus, I needed ice crystals. So that means I needed to beat the Ice Beast. So now my journey, or my mission changed from beating the Fire Beast to beating the Ice Beast. I figured if I could beat the Ice Beast, I can get triple S on it all the time. I mean, I'll have beaten one of the Rift Beasts, but it'll give me the crystals I need to then skill him up and then go beat the Fire Beast. So it wasn't that much of a long shot. I mean, it was a foolproof plan, because the skill path that we're going, that you will go if you're following along with me, is a full AoE path. His skill 1 right here has an AoE, his skill 2 here has an AoE, and his skill 3 here has an AoE. Really good unit, right? You just build them on attack, crit damage, attack, and you let them loose in the Fire Beast, and that's an automatic win. It was just a matter of getting the Ice Beast beaten and then farming a whole bunch to get all the crystals. So you need like ice crystals, the dark crystals, and then like some other crystals. I think it was condensed magic crystals. But once you get all of those, you just get through here, and you don't even have to skill them up. You don't even have to really skill them up. Like, once you unlock the skills, you don't have to worry about throwing Devilmons into his skills. I did because, you know, I think the 5-star should have skill ups. I mean, you're going to get these more, you know, more often, which is going to be really nice. And you can use this guy in more places than just the Fire Beast. I mean, you can use him in TOA if you want it to. You could use him in Dragons. You're definitely going to use him in Fame and Hell, which he obliterates Fame and Hell. So it's just like, he's a good Fame and farmer. He's good for TOA, and then again, good for the Fire Beast. So I did that, and it wasn't that hard. So let me go and show you my Ice Beast team. So this right here is my Ice Beast team. I mean, you'll see that it's mostly free to play other than the twins. But I don't need to explain the twins to you. I've done it in the first few videos. You're going to be aiming for the twins, right? You're going to be aiming for the twins really early on. You should have them by the time you enter the Rift Beasts. Yeah, the Rift Beast. But we have Iragar, the Dark Vampire Lord that you get from Ancient Coins. We have Naomi, the Wind Martial Cat, that is a 3-star. Bernard in the front, Bella Dion. I have made an Ice Beast video before. I can make another one, but if you just type in my name, Drop Knight, and then put Ice Beast, you'll find the video. I can see. I'll put it in the description. I'll put it in the description if you need an Ice Beast guide. But yeah. So here's the team, and it worked for the most part. I mean, not for the most part. It works all the time. It hasn't lost. But yeah, I entered here, and I just started farming all day. So yeah, I'll tell you something. I'm a little sick, so I'm sorry if you hear me breathing out of my mouth, but like, my nose is just congested. I was like, man, I can't wait to record the video tonight. And dang, man, this thing is just like, one of my coworkers was getting a little sick, and I was like, oh, that's too bad for him. And then now I'm getting sick, and I'm like, that mother that asshole. He got me sick. I got me sick, man. Man, I shouldn't have gotten close to him. I should have walked the hell away. But nope, too friendly. I'm too friendly with people. But yeah, but it wasn't hard to farm this. I mean, I think one thing to note is that the key units in here are obviously going to be, I mean, everyone is a really important unit, but like Bernard and Bella Dion are really big. I think you really do need these units, right? Later on, we will switch out units for more, with more, not competent, but like, we'll switch them out with better units later on. But for now, this works. Bernard and Bella Dion both boost attack bar, which you want attack bar boosting. You want to take tons of turns. But on top of that, Bernard places a speed buff on all the allies, which is what you want. But yeah. So once I beat the Ice Beast, like I said, I started farming it all day, collected tons of ice crystals, and then I even just went to the Dark Beast and then just started farming quite a few dark crystals. Summoned him, got him fully skilled up, and I made my team for the Fire Beast. Which, it's this right here. Megan in the front, which she places an attack and defense buff. I think the defense buff is why she's here. I mean, I could take her out and throw in like a different unit like Bella Dion, but it really isn't too necessary. But as you can see, we have Crow in the back. He's going to help deal damage, especially in the groggy state, allowing us to get a high score. The Homunculus, again, has AoEs on all of his skills, which should help with the fire minions. And then the twins are just going to dominate. So let's take a look at this. I mean, you're going to be surprised. Look how crazy the twins are. Just watch. But after I completed this team, I think, boom. Anyways, after I beat this team, I think I did like well over almost 200 fights, probably. No, not 200. Probably a little less than that. It was around that. I didn't keep count. I know I just did a bunch of repeat battles the last few days of just tons of beasts in general. So I could not give you a proper number. But a lot. How about that? How about that for a number? I did a lot. And the amount of times I've lost was a not, aka none at all. I did not lose. No A's, no B's, no double S's, only triple S's, which obviously is a good sign. Which I'm just happy about, man. The Fire Beast is annoying. The Wind Beast is also very annoying, but again, we'll find a way to conquer that. So boom, there you go. We got it done. Fire Beast beaten. Of course, one thing that I should mention is, just in case you new players are confused as to why we're trying to aim for the Rift Beast, in case I didn't state it earlier, or in case I didn't in case I didn't make my point clear enough, we're really doing this for the gemstones and grindstones. That's the only reason we're here. I mean, that's really the only thing you're really getting out of this. But I have to, I cannot pound it into your head enough as to how important these things are. So, before we get into showing that off a little bit, I want to show something right here. So, obviously, you saw me getting enchantment gems, right? The enchantment gems you're going to get every time, pretty much, you beat the beasts. Other than, me getting a beast claw or a rainbow mon or whatever the heck they want to give you. But you're going to be getting tons of enchantment gems. Grindstones, though, you're going to notice that you're not going to necessarily get directly. But you can get them indirectly. As you just saw with the Fire Beast, we had gotten a beast claw as a drop. When you go to the crafting building, it'll look like this, and you click on the special tab right up here. You scroll down and you'll see grindstones as an option. And I know there are grindstones over here that you can get. I don't bother with these because it gives you rares, which that's a waste of crystals and mana, in my opinion. Just go here, go down to grindstones, and you'll notice that, boom, there are some beast claws that I can exchange. Boom, boom, boom. 3 beast claws that I can exchange for 3 grindstones of my choice. For this example, I'm going to click on Fatal. So boom, exchange the 3 grindstones and 150,000 mana for 3 Fatal grindstones. Or 3 beast claws. I meant to say 3 beast claws for 3 Fatal grindstones. So you see I got attack percent, HP percent. Awesome. And then even, and sometimes as a reward, you can even get some beast horns, which I'm not going to exchange those yet because those are some very valuable things. But so you get these grindstones and gems and all that, and you can go to a unit that you've built, for example, like Cocky that I mentioned earlier. I think I mentioned him earlier. I'm tired. Dude, I'm ready. Dude, let me tell you something. I have so many videos that I'm working on right now. The notes are insane. I've been writing paragraphs the last few days, right? But it's worth it. It's worth it, especially for you guys. But you go to a rune like this, and you're like, oh, wow, that's a pretty good rune. What if I told you it could be better? Yeah. Oh, my God. Look at that. We have 6 HP grindstones and 1 attack percent grindstone. So, my Cocky that has 7,166 HP, bonus HP, and then 2,014 bonus attack, could have far more attack and HP thanks to these grindstones. So boom, boom, grindstones, nice, awesome, cool. And then even when I do get the fatal gems, I can gem out some stats. So we could take a look at like a unit like Naomi, which she has speed, crit damage, accuracy, whatever. What if I don't like speed on her? What if I want her to be a little bit more tanky? Maybe I want more attack on her. I could choose a stat of my choice. So I'll choose HP percent. I can click on that speed, click enchant, and it changes that speed out for a stat of my choice. And the cool thing is, even though it gave me 7%, every time I use a gemstone, it'll give me the chance to get anywhere from 7 to 11%. So I try it again, and then boom, 10%. Cool. Now I have more HP on this unit. Now I have more HP on this Kaki. So I can take these grindstones, bring them to all of these right here, and I can make my Kaki faster, stronger, tankier, that much more unbeatable in the arena or dungeons. It makes entering new dungeons easier. So when we do enter like places like, heck, even the Wind Beast or Necropolis or wherever, we're just gonna decimate these dungeons, because it's like we're gonna have runes that are just, they have insane stats. I mean, look at that. It went from having 13% HP percent to 19%. It went to having like what, 20% attack to 24% attack. I mean, that is a lot, and that's just for that just for that rune. I mean, we can get more grindstones, have higher grindstones percents. We can do these with all the other runes, which will allow us to be even tankier, faster. You get the point. So this is something you really don't want to skip out on. You want to start entering the Rift Beasts. You want to start getting enchantment gems. You want to start getting beast claws and beast horns and exchanging them for grindstones, so you can do something like I just did. And of course, use it in a better way, right? Use it for twins, use it for all those sweet, cool units. But, of course, you know, there's always work to do. The next stop is the Wind Beast. That's the final beast we have to do. Once we do that, we're set. And then we'll be just sitting in the Rift Beasts, farm the Rift Beast for quite some time, getting these cool little enchantment gems right here. Like, not like that, but like these right here. I mean, look at that. 15% attack. Like, dude, I could throw that well, not on you, but like, actually, no, I can't throw it on you if I wanted to. I mean, she has 11% attack, but assuming like I had a low attack stat roll or whatever, or attack percent roll, I could have thrown it on you, maybe. Was that energy? I thought that was energy. Yeah. Oh no, that's ancient. But you get the point. So I could have done that. Whatever. Speed is a really good one. But yeah, we're gonna be aiming for the Wind Beast next. But I think that's all I got for you. I think so. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. But I don't know. If I am, oh well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.